I know that I can bring my big questions that I have that my parents are not able to answer, and I know I can bring those questions in, and my classmates can help me figure out where I am stuck. And then I'll have to go ask a teacher and have them try to explain it when I can ask classmates who are probably more versed in like the teenage language, I could say.
Struggling early on really helped me with, I guess, my classes now, because my teachers really emphasized making mistakes and that it was okay to make those mistakes. And I think that really allowed all of us to just take those risks. Before 7th grade, I was horrible at like answering questions. And through AVID, I actually got quite a bit of help. I do better now at like asking teachers questions or getting help on certain things, and I'm much more confident when answering things.
AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and we find kids that have that individual determination. Now we just have to steer them basically in the right direction.
So I think a lot of it is the organization piece and time management. That's one, but the other big piece I think is the tutorials. Being able to learn how to study together and ask questions and be okay not knowing the answers. It took me to college to figure out that, oh, let's study as a group and let's work on this together, you know, to help each other out. And to be able to see that happen at a 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade level, I think it just puts them so much further ahead.
And our teachers and administrators and parents, I think, also have a really good understanding that there is not one type of student that fits into AVID. There's a big variety of students who fit into AVID. And a student that you think, I'm not sure if this is going to be great for that student, generally it is great for that student.
It's kind of difficult, but at the same time, you've been around these people a lot and you've done this a lot, so you're more comfortable with it. The first couple times you do it, you're like, oh my gosh, oh, you're like having a nervous breakdown, but then you kind of get used to it. And then everyone in that group usually participates and helps you kind of figure out what you want to figure out or what question you've brought in.
And our groups are so small that it gives us a chance, like as a teacher, to help kind of steer those, you know, to help every kid in their own way find some growth in leadership or growth in being part of a community.
What we find with these type of kids, that if you give them a challenge and really believe in them, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Can I go to college? Yes, you can. But you just can't go to college. You have to do it, you know, kind of the right way. You got to learn how to do it. And all these things that we have done in AVID, especially the tutorials, are things that they can use in their future.
Definitely last year, I struggled a lot with math. And this year I'm struggling a lot with science, and I'm doing much better in science, and I did a lot better in math last year, just by doing some tutorials for each of the subjects.
It adds a protective factor for their psychological safety moving forward. I think that's probably the biggest part. They can be vulnerable, but not be made to feel stupid.
There's nothing better than this place where I have, you know, these 20, 25 students that I just really know so well. And I know their stories, like even if it's just simple things like reading their scholarship essays, that every time I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you did this, or you're doing this, or you're experiencing this. And a class where I can conference with them one-on-one and just talk to them one at a time and see where they start and see where they end up. There's not many classes that a teacher will teach where you get to have that type of connection to your students.
I do believe that it's given me a good base, and now I just want it to like give it a trunk as well, like give it more stuff in the center, you know?
I already have it filled out all through senior year, so my plan is to take it all through there, because it's already been so helpful for me so far. I can only imagine that it gets more helpful for me. All the community service we've done as a group, all the friendships I've made because of the program, all the opportunities I've gotten because of it as well, has really set me on a great path towards success. And I honestly don't think I'd be the person I am today without this program.